Well, 9 soldiers from Maine's 146th Cyber Warfare Company will deploy to Georgia this month to support the Army Cyber Command for a year. The Army Cyber Command works to defend Army networks, and they also protect the nation from cyber attacks. First Lieutenant Nathaniel Allen, Maine's 146th Cyber Warfare Company, says they train their soldiers year-round on offensive and defensive capabilities when it comes to cyber warfare. While they can't disclose the details on their current mission, Lieutenant Allen says the advancement of technology can be a positive and a negative. He says email is the biggest concern for compromises.
In 2018 or 2019, there was an FBI stat that it was like 94% of compromise at a business level was through email. And it's not clicking on those links or clicking on those emails that like, hey, you won something, please click this and enter your password. That's the biggest way people get taught is through phishing. And that's the biggest vector that we have problems with. And that's why that level of security is so important, is understanding at the user level, hey, this doesn't look right, let's not open it.
Maine is home to Detachment 2 of the company, with the remainder of the unit assigned to the Massachusetts Army National Guard.